priceless. Now nothing costs 20
But you know
pesos.
that even cocoa, Hausa cocoa,
right?
1 cedi, 20 pesos just to buy just the cocoa. It's not enough.
Okay, so the cocoa goes for 1 cedi.
You mean the cocoa itself, the porridge itself?
So like a scoop is like
porridge.
1 Ghana, right?
Yes. And a scoop usually doesn't even suffice anyone.
And the 1
so
cedi,
imagine
20 pesos is for lunch.
It's for lunch.
It's for lunch.
Including meat.
Yes.
That's not for everybody.
Including egg, meat, and come on. But
no,
you see,
no, I'm only being realistic. You see, no, sometimes
we get it that it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
But this is not gold we are talking about. This is not some. Listen, we are not talking technological gadgets. Like this is just food.
Yes. So it's not for everybody. 1 cedi, 20 pesos should give you some raw dumped rice.
So it means that if my child is in Jamnume Eli.
Yeah, but your child will not be there.
In Jesus' mighty name,
But you're talking
amen.
for the generality.
Listen, when we sit here on this platform, we are not talking about people who can afford it. We are talking about the masses who do not have the means to even put meals 3 times in a day on their table. How much is bread now? I bought bread on Saturday for 15 cedis from one of those vans.
Oh, yes.
Which one?
That's the lowest we get now.
The popular ones.
Yeah, the popular ones. I bought it for 15. Was it 15 cedis or 20 cedis? How many? You see, that one is even cheap. My cameraman is telling me. My cameraman is telling me that that's even cheap. So just imagine.
It depends on where you're buying it.
So then it means that.
That's double, please.
Then it means that 1 cedi 20 pesos cannot even afford me a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
That's how bad.
Yeah, but if you're buying
not
the thing
even
for
a
15,
slice.
yeah, loaf there. You say
do you understand?
Cookie,
so
you know sometimes you can, if you go to these small shops, you want to buy bread,
they slice it, right?
Them to slice it. They don't even slice 1 cedi anymore.
What?
So it starts from at least 2 cedis go. Even 2 cedis, I'm sure most of them
they don't
from
slice
3
2 cedis even anymore.
So it can't even get you a slice.
So it means that like it will be like
in
paper.
Brenda's area.
Yeah.
Brenda, where's your area?
Like
so
flat.
Because in East Legon,
slice is 3 cedi.
they don't do slices of bread.
Yeah,
so please, Brenda, that's our director for
I mean, that's how serious the matter is. And we are not, Roland, I know where you're getting from. I mean, I understand you because I work with you. But we are not talking about people who are privileged and people who can afford it.
We are not talking about, we are not privileged.
But you think if everybody could afford it, would even start free SHS in the first place? If we could afford it, do you think we would have started it in the first place? It means that the masses cannot afford it. Yeah. Government knows that a lot of people out there cannot afford it. That's why they even started this flagship program of free SHS. If everybody could afford it, we will not be singing this song. I will not spill it. It's just water anyway. Before you tell people that I'm drinking something bougie in the cup. It's just water. I'm trying to relate to people who... Listen, when you're on the ground,
I can feel your pain.
You don't even, you don't even get it. I mean, I sit here on this platform. I'm privileged in so many ways. So if I am complaining this morning, imagine somebody else who doesn't have all the privileges that I have, or can even get the type of salary that I get at the end of the month for the hard work that I put in. People are suffering. People are in hospitals. They cannot even pay their bills only to go home. So there are people who've been staying in hospitals for like 3 years straight, 2 years straight, only because they cannot afford to pay 150 Ghana cedis or as low as 150 or as low as 200 Ghana cedis. They are stuck in those places, just hanging around. They don't have beds anymore, so they are just hanging around. And now they've become messengers in these hospitals. They send them around.
So
Can you imagine?
So let me ask you, back to the egg issue. If egg is 3 Ghana cedis, because you're in America, it's 3 Ghana cedis. And then we have the school feeding program per student, giving these caterers that amount of money. It means that for 1 cedi 20, what would be on that food?
There's nothing on the food because it means the 1 Ghana cedis cannot even afford nkosiano, the egg. Because if it's 3 cedis right now, then it means that. So I don't know if it's mackerel that can be on that food. I mean, what we call salmon. They're more friendly salmon or Ghana.
Mackerel.
Mackerel
but
is actually
even mackerel is more expensive.
Yeah.
Mackerel.
We went to the market on Saturday. Now, like this size of mackerel, I mean the normal size is not 30 Ghana cedis.
Which market? Because we need to put
Texpo market.
Texpo market. We have.
This is Texpo market on the Spintex Road.
That's Spintex Road.
30 Ghana cedis. Right. So then it means, I'm imagining what will be on the meals for these people for 1 cedi, 20 pesos. Can I get tissue, please?
I'm sure in the community, maybe it will be less than the 30 Ghana cedis. But Judith, we have to let you go.
Thank you.
Because I think that we're swamping you with a lot of our problems.
It's my problem too.
Is she not Ghanaian? It's her problem too.
My problem too.
It's her problem too. But anyway,
Right.
Judith, thank you very much. We're wishing you a
Judith,
great day.
thank you very much.
So, but but you didn't tell us how you eat wache every day. How much does it cost you?
I remember at least when I'm buying, it starts from 10 cedis, just the wache.
Right.
If I decide to buy fish, then it moves to 30.
Okay.
Or 25.
Can you
If I
imagine?
buy an egg, then you know it's at 30 or 33. And then macaroni, gari, I've already gotten to about 35.
Well, there's a
You
video of the Vice
you
President
buy
in
water
2020.
as well.
Yeah.
There's a video. As for this one, I'll come to the East Legon people. I've been buying it. I've been buying it.
I've been buying it too.
Yeah, East
Coffee
Legon.
broke
This one is 5 cities.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes it goes to 6 cities. It depends on how big it is.
Yeah,
East Legon.
yeah, but
East Legon is a normal
but
place.
averagely 4 cities in
Yeah,
East Legon,
yeah.
3 cities, 4 cities in East Legon.
Ebro, 5 cities.
Yeah, Totono.
Yes, 5 cities. I was surprised. Some places 4 cities. Then I met some big one being on the Tema Road. It's 6 cities. It was big.
This year,
It had a lot of.
unless you people run away.
It had big grains, so size of grains. I was wondering. I said 6 cities, and I'm like, now what time you brought 6 cities? So I decided I'll put it on Facebook, but I knew that I was used to the 5 cities, East Legon, the Tema, those places. Those big places. Yeah, but Charlie.
Now a bunch of banana is 20
No, this one, from Shiashi to through Lagos
Ghana
Avenue,
Link, yeah.
taking you
to
Ghana Link to
yeah.
American House,
Yeah.
5 cities.
It's true. Very true.
5 cities.
Very, very true.
This thing,
Very, very true.
planting for food and jobs.
Unless you people run away.
Easily gone. But I know that the politicians will not agree. They'll say that we're lying. So
It's amazing. Now a bunch of banana, which used to go for 5 cities, is now 20 cities. Yesterday, the lady,
I don't take
the
banana
lady at
off
my
the side.
gym was like, "Oh, 20 cities, but I'm from 15 cities because they be out on me."
Really?
And I'm thinking, banana.
yeah. This one, Broadzy.
It's amazing.
Broadzy is going for Charlie. Sometimes
it is well with us.
You think of the things and you want to marvel to ask.
It is well with us. 1 city, 20 pesos for your child who is in school. So it means that this cup of cocoa that was promised these pupils is never going to come. Because how much is the cup of cocoa now if they are actually...
Prince Ananis Selassie, I should tell you, Cookie, relax this morning. You'll get BPO.
Okay, I'll relax. I'll try.
Then somebody is saying, Randy McGabby says, Roland is a DP. He seems not to understand the ongoing grass. Oh, I do. I'm only being sarcastic. Relax. Cookie T, God bless you for standing with us. Oh, Randy, I'm with you. But the reality is that we have to interrogate these issues.
I have a message here from Ebo Samoni, and he says, as for food prices, it's crazy. I went to buy wache and asked the lady how much she thinks will satisfy me, and she said 10 cedi for only the rice. I've never heard that before. I've never had 10 cedi wache before. Then I got meat and fish, and it came to 40 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
Just for wache, just for wache.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Anyway, you were reading something.
Yeah. So there are a lot of people on our Facebook stream who seem to appreciate or perhaps are living that life in terms of how fluctuating the prices are and the inflation that affected some of these prices of the foods. And that also translates to affordability and whether people can afford this or not. And if you take a look at the rate at which people would have to buy this, then it also beggars the question, are people making them sacrifices? Instead of having a proper meal for breakfast, are they skipping it and go rather for a lunch or in between meals?
That's what we're doing, the formation.
Yeah, formation.
That's what it's called.
So, and these are realistic things. Sometimes you think that it is an Accra Kumasi problem.
Yeah.
You move out of Accra Kumasi, and I dare say that 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when I started visiting Kumasi, for example, 20 years ago, Kumasi was the best place to live. The rent was cheap.
Was cheap.
Everything was cheap.
Transportation.
Food.
When I was in school and I used
Especially
to visit
the typical
KNUST,
food that you find
was
in
super
any
cheap,
in
right?
any Asante bar or restaurant. Well, that time we like eating out of the big restaurants. We were eating in Mukase and some of those things.
And all that.
So for example, I always visited Confidence Bar.
Okay.
It was in Bantama.
Okay.
And the last time I was in Kumasi, the prices of food in some of those areas, not the plush restaurants,
just the regular places
where Accra living. So I was asking, what happened to living in Kumasi and it being a preferred choice of residents because the living was affordable? And I used to have a friend in Coca-Cola because they had a line in Kumasi. I don't know whether they still have, who preferred living in Kumasi to Accra.
Oh, wow.
And I think eventually even relocated the family to Kumasi, even though kept his house in Accra.
You want to ask him now if conditions
I
are
don't know
still
whether
the
he's still
same.
in Ghana because he always said he wanted to travel.
Right.
So and he always kept saying that Charlie Kumasi they're feeling, and I always knew. But now I think that we have to embrace the fact that even though we keep blaming middlemen, it cannot be middlemen all the time because prices of essential commodities that tend to influence the price of food have changed. So the ingredients that will give you the final price, that affected the final price, have also changed. The services that are provided that will enable you have proper food on your table have changed. They are fluctuating. They are increasing at a rate which, so for me, I always say the statistical service, what they tell us by way of what the rate is in relation to the upward or downward movement of prices of goods and services, which of course we all calculate as inflation, cannot be realistic if you look at what the overages or the averages are in terms of what they use in calculating the basket. So we have to be realistic and say that this is the current state in which we are. Kosiane Meko is 3 Ghana cities. And here lies the case for the vulnerable children who are supposed to be encouraged to go to school because school feeding program is supposed to complement them and encourage them to be in school. The caterers are giving 1 cedi 20 pesos. 1 cedi 20 pesos. Kosiane Meko.
It's 3 cities.
Yes. So what do we need to do? Do we have to substitute? Do we need to make sure that we give more incentives to those who are in the agriculture sector? What do we need to do? And I think that we need to do something beyond what it is. Because if we're living just the ordinary life, it's not going to cut it. Seriously. It's not going to cut it. So, for example, Prince Anani says that, so imagine a school which has a population of 100, which is very likely in those deprived areas, they'll get 120 Ghana cedis
for a class of 100 people.
And this is a realistic scenario being painted by Prince Anani. So Esther Sugna says, do you want money to restock a shop? Oh, okay. That's an advert on it. So I must say that our Ghanaian government, past and present and future, which will definitely fail us, are taking us for granted. And that's praise now. You see, so these are realistic things. And for me, I had the shock of my life with the Kosiane Meko.
3 cities.
And I think that I take a lot of things for granted in terms of...
Kosiane Meko, no, as I was saying,
Kosiane Meko, that's an Oko station.
Kosiane Meko.
Kosiane Meko.
Yeah, Kosiane Meko.
Pure waiter. My favorite is pure waiter.
Kosiane Meko.
It's 50 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
50 pesos.
Pure waiter. Oh, yeah, that's
pure
50.
waiter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
50
we're
pesos.
activating the phone line. So tell us your experiences in your community, because when I was going through the responses to my question on Facebook about how much, well, ordinary, friends on Facebook were buying Kosiane Meko. Some of them said 2.5, some said 3 cedis. So we're activating the phone lines. Call us and let's know. So that's the line right there. And
no, that's our WhatsApp.
Oh, okay.
That's our WhatsApp line. Let me quickly But I'm sure the numbers will be there. I want to quickly fetch
And
the
somebody,
phone number.
and yesterday, somebody made a post. I don't know whether you've also experienced it. I don't eat gobe very often.
Okay, so somebody said what?
They said gobe because we've given it activation and made noise about it on social media. The price has also increased. I don't know whether that's true. So, but I know that people used to say gobe is the cheapest as far as food is concerned because you eat gobe and it will last you the whole day.
It's not the same anymore.
I don't know.
It's not the same anymore. 0302-973-198. 0302-973-198 is the number to call. But what's on your screen is our WhatsApp number. But we would love to hear from you this morning. Tell us your experiences, what you're experiencing in your communities when it comes to, our usual staples that we could afford time back. Wache, gobe, ebronen katie, kokwaya toto. Have I mentioned all of it? Agbelika klo, all those ones that we could afford. Just with a few pesos. Tell us what's going on in your community or where you live now. And I'm sure in some workplaces, that's where we buy food most of the time. Let me know if the prices are the same or they are hiking. Yes, or they have been hiked up in your community as well. 0302-973-198.
Yeah.
0302-973-198.
Hey, already.
And I'm told Judith is online. Good morning, Judith. Welcome to TV3Newday.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Let's hear you. Judith.
Good morning, Cookie. Good
Yes,
morning,
good morning.
Roland.
Thank you. Good morning, Judith.
Let's hear you, Judith.
Let's hear your experiences.
Yes, thank you so much for the topic you are actually talking about.
Yeah.
The Cookie, Roland, in fact, what is going on in the country is really, really bad. Very bad. Today, if you want to cook, it is so expensive. I have 4 children, all right, and I can't afford to give them money to be buying outside food. So I am compelled to cook breakfast, lunch, and then supper. And, I lost my job about 3 years ago, and I've still been searching for a job, all right?
Let's go ahead.
It's been 3 years.
Yes.
Judith,
And still, I've been searching for a job, and currently I had an interview, and when I went, I'm a degree holder. Yes, I'm a degree holder, and when I went for the interview, I was told I would be paid 1,500. With 4 children, how can I live with that 1,500?
there's no way, right?
There's no way I can live with that 1,500, so I have to decline the job. I have to
so
tell
you
them, no,
turned
I'm
it
sorry, I
down.
can't take up the opportunity. I can't take up the vacancy.
So who's taking
So
care of you
please.
and the 4 children now?
Sorry?
Who's taking care of you and the 4 children now?
Please come again.
Who is taking care of you and the children now?
Well, I am still managing. My husband is supporting,
Okay.
but honestly, it is not enough. I have to also
Wow.
support the. Yeah.
Wow.
So it is so serious. It is
Wow.
so serious that government have to be up and doing. He is sleeping. He is actually letting us suffer. Okay, now I'm looking for opportunities to go outside. Talking to friends, talking to people, and all that. It's so bad. So
Wow.
please,
I see.
thank you so much for
Thank
for
you.
the topic
Thank you for
are
your
actually
submission. Thank you.
discussing this morning.
Thank you. All the best in whatever it is that you're
Moham-
looking for. Yeah.
Mohammed Abubakar Sadiq says, I used to blame the school that my water attended, but now I know better. Charlie, the food and the price is dear.
Anyway, too bad.
Yeah.
Can we take more phone calls before we switch over to Johnny's Bites? I think we have space for one more. 0302-973-198.